Right then. I have to apologise to each and every one of you because, unfortunately, I have missed so many messages from people. And it's a combination of my ignorance and my not doing my due diligence and YouTube's system just being a little bit broken and dumb. Of course, I would love to blame it all on YouTube, but I can't. There is human error, and it is my fault to most of the extent, really, because I should have known this was happening. But basically, a while ago, a lot of you sent really amazing, touching messages to me. And they were sent during the time that I put out the blog a while ago that was explaining my plight in terms of my financial plight and that I might have to shut down the channel and stuff. Now, fortunately, you guys are the most amazing people I have ever known because you pulled me straight out of that. Like, within 24 hours, I was secure. Right? I didn't think that was possible, but you did. And I am so infinitely grateful and will forever be infinitely grateful of what you guys have done for me. And it's just amazing how you guys pulled that off. However, during that time, a lot of you sent through YouTube amazingly touching messages, and those messages are really important to me. And I am sure they are very important to you because you sent them with love and you sent them, with thoughts in your heart. And I haven't seen them until now. And now I also feel like answering them now wouldn't be genuine, not because I don't feel genuinely about those messages, but because it's so far past that time and I've been out of that financial rut for long enough that I don't think that I could answer those with the same emotional clarity of that moment when you sent those. So I have to apologise because I've missed them. Some of them have been sitting there for 6 months. But it's, I would have loved to answer every one of you because you deserve to be answered, and I never want you guys to feel like I'm not listening to you or I'm ignoring you. That's just not who I am, and it's not who I'm going to be. So thank you all for the amazing messages, and I'm so damn sorry that I didn't get to them. I'm so not very good. I'm not good at all at vocalizing my emotions. You may have been able to tell. I'm good at giggling, but I'm just not very good at making it heard in my voice how I feel. I'm actually upset with myself mostly. Some degree I can pass off onto YouTube, but I'm just upset that I've missed those messages, and it sucks. It really does. So, with that being said, I should explain actually what part of YouTube is at fault for this. So, in the upper right hand corner of your YouTube page, you're probably familiar with your profile circle, and then next to that you've got your notification bell. Up until this point, I have lived and died by that notification bell. Right? Whenever somebody makes a comment on my videos, whenever somebody makes a comment to one of my replies on another video, I have used that bell to go, oh, someone's made a reply, or oh, someone's made a comment. I should, deal with that. But unfortunately, YouTube, it's not very consistent, and I'll get to the consistency part in a second, but some of them it doesn't inform you about, and some of them, most of them, when it doesn't inform you about them, it puts them in spam, of all places. Now, the reason why the consistency thing is funny is because in terms of comments on videos, YouTube will sometimes inform me of a comment on my video, and it'll have I'll click on it in the notifications thing, and it will say this comment needs to be approved, right? And why that is because the comment contains a link, or it contains buzzwords that the automatic system jumps onto. But whatever those words are, or whatever that link is, it's made YouTube mark it as spam. And so I follow that notification, and invariably, like 99% of the time, I click approve, right? And so that message now becomes visible to everybody on the comments page. Now I can answer it directly, that sort of thing. This is what I thought was happening every time there was spam, or every time there was something marked as spam. What I've recently found out is that YouTube doesn't always tell you. It doesn't always tell you if there's a message that needs to be approved. A lot of the time, it just shoves it straight in spam without telling you. And so I went into messages for the first time in a long time the other day and found that there was a lot of stuff that needed my approval. There was a lot of messages that I needed to answer because YouTube hadn't told me about any of them. What I also learned was YouTube doesn't notify me when there's a direct message to me at all. It only tells me about comments on videos or replies to comments on other videos. It doesn't tell me ever when there's a direct message. Maybe I can turn that on or something, or fiddle around with settings, but what is important today is that I let you guys know what has happened and that I apologize for it. And I really do mean that apology, because that is ridiculously slack. If I knew that was happening, I'd be checking on it, but I wasn't, so I didn't. So there's been messages sitting there for 6 months, ignored, which isn't my intention. And that brings me to the next point, which is I always want you guys to know how much you mean to me as a channel. I'm not just gonna throw messages out there, right? Or messages, sorry. I'm not just gonna throw videos out there and watch the numbers roll in, right? I'm not gonna just go, haha, I'm making fat YouTube stacks. I don't, by the way. It's actually, it's not very lucrative. My Patreons, they're the ones that are really supporting me. So yeah, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that YouTube creator. I don't want to be just totally self-centered, right? Now, it's an interesting problem too, because I'm reaching 10,000 subscribers, and in YouTube terms, that's quote, not a lot. But it's huge. That's enough people to fill a theatre or a concert hall. That's a lot of people, and they're subscribed to me. And I need to be able to talk to those people and interact with those people and let you guys know, at least on a regular basis, that I am listening and watching and reading and commenting. Yeah, I don't get around to commenting on everything, but I like to try, or at least I like to think that I'm trying. And I want it to stay that way. However, and not to float my own boat here, but if people are going to continue to enjoy my content in the way that they are, and if they're going to continue to watch my stuff, then I'm going to grow in popularity. It's kind of like, it's just the way that YouTube works. If people like my stuff, they'll keep coming back, and more people will learn that it's there. And the bigger my subscriber count, the faster new subscribers will roll in, because it's kind of like an exponential curve, really. It's why, another 1 million subscribers to somebody like PewDiePie happens in 3 months, where it just gets faster and faster, because the more popular you are, the more eyeballs there are on you, etc., etc. So, where I'm going with that is that when that number gets to a certain point, you guys are going to need to know more often that I'm trying to interact with you guys, because I won't be able to do the same stuff that I usually do, which is, in the beginning especially, what I was doing was typing a comment to every single one of you. And as I get busier, it's just I'm not going to have the time in the day, because sometimes, depending on how popular the video was, it can take a few hours to go through the comments on a single video. So, well, not a couple of hours, maybe an hour. Let's be realistic. But there's multiple videos. So that's a thing. Anyway, where I'm going with that is I want you guys to know, and I want you guys to know that I'm trying, at least, to make sure that you guys are aware that I am so appreciative of everything you've done for me. Because it wasn't that long ago that I was in a massive rut where I was potentially going to have to shut down this channel. I was financially in the dirt. My disorders were out of control from all the stress, and I just didn't know what I was going to do. But you guys pulled me out of that, and that's every single one of you, right? My Patreons, I have to give a special shout out to them, because without them, they solved the financial side of things, and thank God for that, because that allows me to bring what I'm doing here. That allowed me to, upgrade this microphone. That allowed me to put a new graphics card in so that you guys can have the highest quality videos on YouTube. Sure, it helps me personally when I'm not doing videos, but I'm doing videos a lot. So, it is for work. But without them, I can now pay the bills. With them, I can pay for food and doctor's visits and that sort of thing, and make sure that all those things are in check. My medication is in check, etc., etc. I don't have to worry about that stuff. But on the other end of the spectrum, those of you that aren't giving financially, you are giving emotionally. And that is, to some extent, it is a material world, so we have to acknowledge that, but to some extent, it's on equal footing with the financial assistance, right? The emotional stuff. Because while I am not a depressive person, I certainly am an anxious person, but I don't have a depressive disorder. But I could very well have fallen into depression because of what was happening, and just given up, right? Just given up everything. Just stay in bed, don't do any videos, and let myself kind of just fall into obscurity and poverty. But that didn't happen, and that's thanks to all the emotional support you guys have given me. You were there for me. You let me know how much I was loved. You let me know how much you appreciated the work I did. And that, that motivated me. That directly got me out of bed in the morning to do things for you guys, because of how much I love each and every one of you for what you have done for me. So, with that being said, I just want to say again that I am so sorry for missing all those messages. It was never in my intention for you guys to feel ignored. I'm sure a lot of you understood, but I wanted you guys to make... I want to make you guys known... No, that's still wrong. I wanted to make it known that I have seen your messages now, and thank you so much for all the touching words you've given me over the past few months. It has been incredible. So, alright, I'll leave you guys here. Thank you all for listening. Bye.